Conservatory friends. Reggie asked me to put this together for you all with a few of my students in the theater arts program. We got together and just did a little kind of round table discussion about what it means to be a Christian in theater arts. I asked my students that I invited to participate to consider a few questions as they got ready to join me. The first being, how do you see your faith influencing you as a theater artist? What does it mean to you to be a Christian in theater? The second question I asked them was, do you see theater as an avenue for sharing your faith, and why or why not? Because sometimes it can be hard to find ways to share our faith in our art, especially in a very secular world. And then the last question we kind of talked about was, is there such a thing as Christian theater? I think you'll like their responses. We had a good time chatting, and it was a nice way to kind of hone in on what it means to do theater for the glory of God. It doesn't always have to be loud, doesn't always have to be brash, but sometimes just our example is the best thing that we can do. Hope you enjoy it.
Unfortunately, the audio came out pretty weak during the following discussion, but we're providing a ticker so you can follow along.
My journey as a Christian in theater has been easy, so to speak, for the most part. But when I was in college, I did go to a Christian college, and so maintaining my faith was a challenge sometimes, with a lot of people around who didn't hold their faith close, which was fine. I never was one for big proselytizing or being really forthright. I tend to err on the side of just living, and when people ask me, I kind of just, I love to talk about it. But how do you all see your faith, whatever stage you're in, being as a part of your art form? Is that something that you think about?
I see my faith influencing me, as a Christian, I believe in what I can't see, and I believe in God, the Son, the Holy Trinity, and stuff like that. And I believe in stuff that I can't see, and so I feel in theater we can put that into it and believe in what the director has vision, because we can't see what the director has a vision for us. And so I guess we could just use that as an influence to see and believe.
So having faith in a product, so to speak, right? Or being able to take that and go, okay, I have faith over here and I have faith in this too.
Like Danny said, it takes a lot of trust. You have to trust that your choreographer knows what they're doing. In the same way, you have to trust God. In the end, it'll be what was planned for you, what was meant for it to happen.
That's a great parallel, the idea of trusting in God and trusting in your director or your other fellow castmates. I think the last show we did was really indicative of that, and that we had to establish a lot of trust amongst our cast and crew, right? Mm-hmm. So as you think about that and how you trust your director or your fellow cast members or your crew members or anything like that, how do you see your faith being manifest? Not just in trust, because that's pretty unspoken, but how do you see your faith being manifest on stage or backstage, right? Not that you have to go out and preach to the nations. That's not for everyone.
I think when I first started getting into theater, I was really anxious how I would be viewed from people. And then going on stage for the first time is always scary. But my relationship with God, it helps me because I feel this is something that I was meant to be. So I feel more confident when I'm connected to God. My relationship with Him is strong. So when I was just doing the last show, before I would go on stage, I would thank God for the opportunity, and it would just having Him as my rock helps me with any nerves or thoughts that I have, because I know this is what I'm supposed to do in this moment.
That's really beautiful. I love the idea of it being something that you recognize as your gifts, right? From a secular worldview, a lot of times it's a work hard ethic, or you just happen to be really good at something. But I think from a Christian perspective, wherever you are in your walk, it's a wonderful way to view your gifts and where they are. For me, that's always been something that I have kind of clung to, the idea that, these are where my gifts are. These are the God-given gifts. The Lord saw fit to bestow these on me. And I have this really important task to wield them carefully and responsibly. And I love that you think of that in terms of going on stage, that you're going to use these gifts, and maybe you're going to bless someone else with your gifts, because that's what God intended for you. That's really beautiful.
Do you guys think that there's any such thing as like Christian theater?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it can go in like a multitude of ways. Like there's obviously shows like God's Son, Jesus Christ Superstar, which is strictly telling you like Jesus' life and like just how things happened like biblically. But I feel like there's also a lot of Christian aspects in basically almost any show that we do. Like when you sent the questions, I was thinking specifically of Adam's Family, and just like the theme of community and being so knit together with one another. And I feel like it really rubbed up on the cast because like all of us still talk to each other. Like we're all really close and we all have a really strong relationship and a really good bond. And I feel like that's definitely just a way that God has shown up in my life personally because like I don't know, I love the community here. So yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah, community and love. I know it's really important for me in our program that we have that because that's how I feel love a lot of times is in our community. I hope that's how you all feel in the community.
Yeah, me too. It definitely was something that I experienced as I was doing my first show. It was like crazy how like welcoming and loving everyone is, and I think that definitely is something because of our faith and like how we are one and like we have the same beliefs and stuff. So it was great to see.
Yeah, I always like to say theater can be a very dark place. It can be really, really dark out there in the world, and not in the world, but also especially in theater, because it's so really kind of self-centered, very much self-centered. And so one of the tasks I always like to try and remember as I'm directing or as I'm acting in something is to just remember that it's not about me, and that I want my light, the light of Christ that's in my heart, maybe to shine on those who are there who maybe don't know Him, but they just see something, right? And that's where you take that responsibility of owning your gifts, and then creating a community of love around you that you can really lean on and rest in.
I like that you said like taking like the spotlight off of yourself, because like I was like so scared to go on stage, just like okay, well all my friends are here, like what are they gonna think of like me or my character? And then what I did is I just remember like I'm not putting on the show for myself. No, we're putting it on like for God, because it's like it's not about us. It's about like it's for God. We're doing it for God. We're not doing it for other people.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
I think we're good.